Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Yeah, let's hear it. Welcome to Cal Poly Spring Commencement for the College of Liberal Arts and the Orfalea College of Business. All right, my name is Keith Humphrey. I am Vice President for Student Affairs, and it is my extreme pleasure to preside over this morning's ceremony. Commencement is a day that brings me great joy. We are together this morning to celebrate the achievements of our students, and we are proud of what each of you has accomplished at Cal Poly. Yeah, so are you, and that's what's important. It is my pleasure at this time to introduce Cal Poly's Wind Orchestra, led by conductor Andy McMahon. Yeah. Soloist Alexis Rubel from the College of Liberal Arts will be singing our national anthem. ROTC cadets of Cal Poly's Military Science Department, led by Cadet Battalion Heather McBurney, under the direction of Lieutenant Colonel Josh Gillen, will post the colors. Please rise and remain standing, and gentlemen, remove your caps until the color guard has exited the field. Please post the colors.
Twilight's last gleaming, hoots, broad stripes, and bright stars, through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. For say does that star-spangled banner yet wave, for the land of the brave and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. We have so many reasons to be Cal Poly proud this morning. As a university, we are conferring more than 4,200 degrees upon deserving scholars. Yeah. Each of our students has worked hard, very hard along the way, and encouraging them at each and every step have been our talented and dedicated faculty and staff. Students, let's give a recognition of our faculty and staff. They're amazing. Also with us today are the many parents, brothers, sisters, partners, spouses, grandparents, and other family members and friends who had to put up with you when you were in elementary school and acted like you knew everything. Well, today is your day. You can celebrate because as a Cal Poly graduate, you indeed do know everything. As for tomorrow, let's just say tomorrow starts a lot more learn by doing in your future. Graduates, from wow to now, we have all invested a great deal in your success. You are expected to enter the world poised to make a difference in your professions and through service to your communities. During your time in San Luis Obispo, you have improved our community, and we are confident the contributions you will make will improve the world around you. A few of you have prepared to serve the world in this most unselfish way. This weekend, we are graduating 9 students who will be commissioned as second lieutenants in the United States Army. We cannot thank you enough for your willingness to serve our country. We are indebted to all who have served in the military, and I ask that all active duty servicemen and women and veterans in our audience today please stand or wave your hand and be recognized for your service to our country. Following traditions begun in the great universities of medieval times, we are assembled to welcome these graduates into the company of educated individuals. It is a time when we can share in their pride and look with them towards the future. Joining me here on stage are members of the President's Party, led by our own president, Jeffrey D. Armstrong. Honorees, special guests, and individuals invited to address the graduates will be introduced later in the program. Additional members of the President's Party with us here today are Dawn Theodora, University Legal Counsel, Michael Miller, Vice Provost and Chief Information Officer, and Chip Appel, Grand Marshal. Now it is my pleasure to introduce to you Cal Poly's Student Body President, Joy Sullivan. Yeah, she deserves that. One of the best parts of my role on campus is that I get to work closely with our student leaders, and no one more so than our Student Body President. As your president, Joy has brought thoughtful and purposeful leadership and advocacy on behalf of students to many difficult conversations, and she did it all with that trademark smile that lights up the room. That one right there, right? I want to thank you, Joy, on behalf of the entire campus community for your service. Along the way, you have taught us all many things, even if that wasn't our goal. We are grateful for you. Graduates, please join me in welcoming for the very last time as your president, Joy Sullivan.
Good morning to the friends, supporters, and family members who are with us today. And to the class of 2015, congratulations. I consider it an honor to be here with you today to celebrate this momentous achievement. But I find it a little funny that I get to speak at an occasion such as this. It's as if I'm supposed to have some life-changing Dumbledore-esque wisdom to impart upon you all, despite the fact that we are generally the same age. However, there is one lesson that I have learned during my Cal Poly journey that I would like to pass on before you depart from this great university. And that is the value of failure. Think about the fact that during your time here, Cal Poly has been teaching you how to fail, at least according to society's definition of it. You see, we all define failure in slightly different ways. For some, failure is getting a C on a test, while for others, you were just happy to have answered all of the questions. Society says failure is anything short of immediate, unhindered perfection. But that is the beautiful part of failure. It isn't about how society defines it. Failure is about how you define it, and more importantly, about how you move forward from its paralyzing grasp. Regardless of how you define it, you will experience failure at some point in your life. But Cal Poly has not left you unprepared to meet this challenge. I believe that within the motto of learn by doing lies the implicit pedagogy of learn by failing. If you're anything like me, when you think back to the learn by doing experiences that you've had, you'll remember learning about how things are supposed to work by listening to your professors during lecture, and then learning about how things can go incredibly wrong when actually trying them yourself. And that's okay, because we learn far more from our failures than we ever will our successes. Your diploma, the one you will receive today, signifies much more than a specialized knowledge in a given field. It illustrates your experience with the defeat of failure and your capacity to overcome it. It is Cal Poly's desire for all of its students to be lifelong learners. And to accomplish this goal, we must be lifelong failers, not failures, for we must never be complacent when we fall short of our goals, but failers. Individuals who unabashedly strive to achieve that which is yet to be achieved, ignoring the reality that we may fall short a time or two. So, to the class of 2015, may you encounter failure in everything that you do, and may it never extinguish your willingness to overcome the inevitable obstacles that will hinder your path as you strive to achieve the unimaginable. Congratulations.
Thank you, Joy. Now, please welcome Dr. Gary Laver, the chair of Cal Poly's Academic Senate, who will speak to you on behalf of our outstanding faculty. Dr. Laver.
Good morning, everyone. No doubt there have been and will be many other joyous events in your lives, but what a special occasion this is, particularly so because of the unique mixture of family, friends, and faculty and staff mentors, all of whom gather to celebrate not just hard work and accomplishment, but accomplishment in the pursuit of an education. Graduates, you have all worked hard, very hard, and I want to extend to you the respect and praise you deserve. But there are other thoughts I'd like to share with you, matters a bit more sober. Forgive me for using that word. Later in the ceremony, graduates, President Armstrong will refer to responsibilities associated with the degrees conferred upon you today. With this special audience as witness, I'd like to elaborate on that idea by giving you a charge. My charge is that from this point forward, you lead a life committed to the responsibility of giving back to others. And I would suggest you target your efforts in three important ways. First, I would urge you to give back to the family and friends who supported you through your years as a student. The effort you have put in inevitably came with the support of people who were rooting for you, who had your back emotionally and materially. By all means, show them your appreciation. Let them know how grateful you are always. Next, I would urge you to give back to Cal Poly. You are the privileged recipients of a top-drawer education. To receive a Cal Poly education is to go forward in life with an expanded mind and a remarkable skill set. These are not only the result of your hard work, but also of the hard work and dedication of Cal Poly's faculty. Whenever you're ready, yes, indeed. Whenever you're ready and in whatever manner is appropriate for you, it is important that you give back to the institution that has given you such a strong foundation. And in doing so, you'll also pay forward to those who will follow in your footsteps. Finally, and perhaps most critically, I charge you all with giving back to the world. As you are no doubt aware, humanity is in a precarious state. We soil our own nest, we mistreat one another, we squander or hoard resources that could easily be used to support one another. But you graduates are just what the world has been waiting for. Your education has placed you among the most understanding, most skilled, most prepared group of people imaginable to go forth and deal with the world's humanitarian and technical problems. Earlier, I acknowledged the hard work all of you have put in, and I'll do so again now. But if you think the hard work is over, think again. Along with the privilege of a Cal Poly education comes the charge of using that education benevolently, of putting it to proper use in the improvement of the human condition. Your responsibility as stewards of the planet begins today. Your role as your brother's keeper, as your sister's keeper, begins today. I congratulate you on what you have accomplished and wish you luck in using that accomplished toward honorable purposes. All the best.
Thank you, Dr. Laver. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to welcome to the podium our president, Dr. Jeffrey D. Armstrong.
Good morning and congratulations, graduates. Every year at these ceremonies, the president of Cal Poly has the privilege and honor of recognizing various individuals and groups for their contributions to Cal Poly. Cal Poly's faculty is central to our educational mission. These individuals serve with outstanding qualifications and a deep dedication to excellence in teaching, research, and service. This year, the Distinguished Teaching Award Committee and the Distinguished Scholarship Award Committee of the Academic Senate selected 6 recipients to be recognized for their exceptional ability as educators. The Cal Poly Alumni Association, representing over 175,000 alumni nationwide, joins the Academic Senate in recognizing these distinguished teachers and in celebrating the key role our faculty members play in preparing students for success in life. One of the recipients of the Distinguished Teaching Award is with us today. I would like to ask Dustin Stegner, Professor of English in the College of Liberal Arts, to please step forward and be recognized. Please join me in congratulating Dustin Stegner again. He will be individually recognized in the post-commencement college and department ceremonies. One more time, graduates, family, friends, and supporters, please join me in congratulating the hard work of our faculty. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to our keynote speaker, Laura Diaz. As a 14-time Emmy-winning journalist, Ms. Diaz is one of the most familiar and honored journalists in the state of California. She is a Cal Poly proud alumna, launching her journalism career right here at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Ms. Diaz soon made television history as the first Mexican-American lead anchor of an English language newscast, and later was recognized with various awards for journalistic excellence, including a Golden Mike Award. Laura Diaz is the current anchor for a daily newscast in Los Angeles. I have no doubt that many members of the audience today will recognize Ms. Diaz as positive and enlightening fixture in their homes, especially those traveling from the Los Angeles area. And in fact, walking in, one such individual recognized her and said, "Thanks for interviewing me so many years ago." We are absolutely thrilled to have Laura Diaz inspire us today as our honored keynote speaker. Please join me in welcoming Laura Diaz.
Hey, how are you? Thank you, Dr. Armstrong, for the warm introduction. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be welcomed back to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, my second home, my alma mater, for commencement festivities. I'm grateful to President Armstrong, the Vice President of Student Affairs, and the deans present here today from their respective colleges. It's a wonderful opportunity to share a few words of encouragement with the new grads. Congratulations, class of 2015, you made it. Woo! Congratulations to the parents, to the grandparents, to the godparents. I'm one of those. My godson, Jefferson Nolan, so proud of you. And to all the people who have supported you in this journey. Today is a joyous day, a day to take a bow, a day to take some selfies, and flood your Instagram account with all your accomplishments. Okay, that was the good news first. I'm not saying this is the bad news, you already know this, but this is a time when some would say that the easy breezy ride is over. It's time to go to work and figure out what you're going to do with the rest of your life. So I have a couple of questions for you. What will you stand for? What will you work toward? What will you achieve? It seems like only yesterday I was lugging around my orange book bag. I was surprised to hear that you guys still use book bags here. I was dreaming about writing the great American novel. Seems like only yesterday I was dropping in Mondays at the Grad, where you could get a grad burger, fries, and a beer for $1.50. That's right, $1.50. I know you wish that still existed. It seems like only yesterday I was running the dusty trails of Poly Canyon with my best friend Nancy, jogging and wondering where the future would take us. But in truth, those good old days were a whole lot of yesterdays for me. I stand before you as a woman who's had the supreme honor of being a journalist for more than 30 years. Most of my career was spent broadcasting the news in my hometown of LA. So how did a Cal Poly grad with a degree in English end up in one of the, yeah, you know it, in one of the most competitive news markets in the country? Did I know somebody? Nope. Did I come from a rich family? Nope. Was I in the right place at the right time? Sometimes. I've loved, nurtured, and savored my professional career, but no one handed it to me. So because I have literally walked where you have walked, I have studied where you have studied, and I have dreamed where you have dreamed. I'm going to take a little bit of poetic license today and share a few stories, and I hope that you will find some value in them. Graduates, as you embark on this part of your journey, here is the unvarnished truth. Success is often not linear. You will at times struggle. You will at times doubt your path. You will at times doubt your decisions. I know I did. Face it, there are only a couple of Tom Bradys in the world. And even he was drafted in the 6th round, pick 199th in the NFL draft, and deemed too skinny by the scouts. Brady couldn't have foreseen the Super Bowl rings that he would amass, or the supermodel wife? Well, I hope that you will stare down the critics, stare down your naysayers, for only you can know the depth of your commitment to excellence. Only you can determine the strength of your worth ethic. The ability to not give up in the face of adversity is the great X factor. It allows a person to achieve success without limits, to break down stereotypes, and to be the architect of your own destiny. In a lot of ways, my life's path was determined right here on this beautiful campus. I was imagining my life as a starving writer and thinking that I would teach English as I attempted to get published. But teaching positions were hard to come by. So I went up into the career counseling office here at Cal Poly, and my counselor, Gretchen, sat down with me, encouraged me to apply for internships that were very competitive, and good fortune shined upon me. That summer, my senior year, I landed a paid internship at IBM in Rochester, Minnesota. People are great in Minnesota. They're so sweet. There I would intern in the tech writing department, talk my way into the communications department, and as a student intern, I was helping to write the company newsletter, assist on speeches, and getting a primer on office politics. My terrific boss told me when I went back to California, he said, "No job too small, knock on every door, practice at every opportunity to write." And so what I would say to you grads, stay open to opportunity. You never know where it'll show up. Seek the advice of others and then set that advice in motion. Adhering to this tenet changed the course of my life. When I returned to San Luis Obispo, I wrote for the local Chamber of Commerce and eventually wound up at the door of the NBC affiliate here in San Luis. I called every week until I wore down the news director. You see, he had never hired or even put anybody in an internship who wasn't a journalism major. So I had to talk my way in the front door, which I did. And that internship enabled me to learn the fundamentals of news gathering. Eventually, the station hired me as a staff employee. As a young reporter at KSBY, I shot, I wrote, I edited, I produced, I reported, and eventually anchored for guess how much? $800 a month. So in order to make ends meet, I would wait tables on the weekends. I signed a few menus at Tortilla Flats. I did. But that training was invaluable. A year and a half later, I jumped from Fresno, so I went from the 116th market in the nation, that was here in San Luis, to the 64th in Fresno. And then I was hired away by KBC. I'd only been in Fresno 6 months when I got the call to come to LA. So I know you were not alive in 1983. Your parents might remember this because that loud noise you heard, my knees knocking all the way from Fresno to LA. It was a huge professional jump, and I was terrified and exhilarated all at once. Maybe how you feel today, I'm not sure. I would spend the next 19 years at KBC in a rough and tumble business where loyalties are very hard to come by. I found a home. They put me on a 5-year contract, but here's the deal. It's only a 5-year contract if they want it to be. Every 13 weeks, they could fire me. So I would get out my calendar, and I would go 1, 2, 3. Every time I made it through a 13-year cycle, whew. But I was very fortunate. Things worked out for me there. They more than worked out. During my years at KBC, I learned so much from some of the best journalists in the entire country. And I made my share of mistakes, too. If you ever miss a slot in a newscast and the assistant news director comes looking for you, heed these words. Run, Forrest, run. Thankfully, I only missed one of those, and I'll be forever indebted to Christine Lund, who said to me, Laura, get in your car and get on the 101 fast. She was right. From floods to criminal court cases to the Academy Awards, I covered it all. It was and is my privilege and my passion in life. I did all this professional growing up, much of it on live television in my hometown, to the enormous pride of my family, my teachers, my community. But I most certainly did not do it alone. I was mentored along the way by countless people. Please know this: when you are young, the world reaches out to help you. Don't be afraid to ask for a hand. Allow yourself to be lifted up. If you don't know something, ask. Or as a lot of you might say, IDK. I don't know. It takes confidence to say those 3 words. Many people will gladly show you the way, and once you learn something, work at it, perfect it, until you get better at it. By May 4th, 1988, safe to say, I was getting better at it. I was working as a reporter and a fill-in anchor. Getting to the anchoring ranks of a major television station is not just challenging, it's bare-knuckles competition. Makes the race for the rose and the bachelor look like child's play. On this particular evening, I was reporting with a crew near downtown Los Angeles when we got the word that there was a high-rise fire in downtown Los Angeles. We were immediately dispatched. Fires are extremely dramatic and told best in pictures. And this story, as so often in the case in the news, was layered in suspense and tragedy and acts of heroism. My crew and I just happened to be at the right place at the right time to gain access. We were among the very first news crews to arrive on that scene. The smoke and the flames could be seen for miles, illuminating the night sky. The blare of sirens and generators and helicopters, so chillingly loud, you had to yell to be heard. First responders were shutting down city streets, making it nearly impossible to get close to the fire, but we were already inside the perimeter. A front row seat to history. The massive First Interstate fire 25 years later remains the toughest high-rise fire in the history of Los Angeles. It actually changed the code on how high-rise fires were fought. So you can imagine the adrenaline pump as we were racing to cover this unfolding story, unfolding human drama. At the same time, feeling compassion for the victims. One person would die in that fire, scores more injured, many rescued in dramatic fashion. They were plucked off of the rooftops. My crew and I would interview survivors on stretchers, deeply emotional, not knowing that they had barely escaped with their lives. But we had a problem. We had to get on the air, and we couldn't get a live shot out. It became apparent that the only way to get those interviews on the air was by foot. So I was the designated runner. I ran almost a mile after kicking off my heels. I ran, and I ran, and I ran. And I was so grateful for all the running I had done in San Luis Obispo. Because, you know, just seconds before, my EP had been yelling in my ear, get on the air now. And there at the top of that hill was my dear friend and one of my favorite cameramen, Mike Uhas. And here's a little hint to you. Always treat your colleagues well. Guard your relationships. They are precious. The friends you make along the way will be there when you need them. He gave me a hug, took the tape, and handed me a comb. We're breaking into programming, and then you're leading the show, Laura. We made slot that time, let me tell you. KABC, the first station on the air with interviews with survivors. It was compelling journalism and a personal milestone. The little hairs on the back of my neck still go up when I tell that story. The next day, I was interviewed on radio stations, and my boss was waiting for me when I got to work for a heartfelt atta girl. Soon after that event, I landed a full-time evening anchoring gig. In my mind, those two events are forever linked. Remember, stay strong. And I would enjoy that anchoring position for many, many years until the top female position would open up. And despite my years at the station, they would pass me over. They would bring in somebody from New York. Disappointed, a little bit dejected, but not giving up. I stayed open, I stayed strong, and I upped my game a little bit. broke more stories, worked the phones, improved my writing and producing skills. And let me tell you, the many hours I spent studying the great philosophers and writers at Cal Poly were a huge help to me. Looking back, I actually think that setback was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Because failure is a great teacher. I was forced to dig in, and as luck would have it, 3 years later, the lead anchor position would open up again. That's right. And this time, I was really ready. My new bosses would ask me to audition even though I'd been there 14 years, and I could have gotten angry, but I chose to go to work instead. I chose to stay. I chose to be grateful. And when the dust cleared and 3 months passed, my bosses would promote me to lead anchor at KABC. Thank you. Which remains one of the personal bests of my life. That promotion made me the first Latina in Los Angeles to be named to that coveted position. And an entire community stood up straighter with that promotion. These are just a few chapters of my life. But today is about your future. And now it's your turn to write chapters. So today, as we send you off on your graduation day, I hope you will look inward. I hope you will look at where you've been and where you want to go. In truth, you've already had a few yesterdays. The prom, high school graduation, freshman orientation, studying for finals till 2 in the morning. Later, life flies by like a bolt. 5 years from today, 1,825 days will have passed since your college graduation. What will you do with those days? In 10 years, 3,650 days will have passed. What will you do with that decade? The future is yours, fellow Mustangs. Take the extraordinary gift of your fine education from Cal Poly and do splendid things. You've already learned by doing. As Steve Jobs would say, make a dent in the universe. And ask these questions along the way. What will I stand for? What will I work toward? What will I achieve? Stay open, stay strong, stay grateful. Congratulations, the sky's the limit. Go get 'em.
Thank you so much, Ms. Diaz, for those wonderful words and for representing Cal Poly so well in Los Angeles. Thank you for joining us. Now at this time, it is my pleasure to invite to the podium Cal Poly's acting provost and dean of the College of Science and Mathematics, Dr. Philip Bailey.
Well, good morning, everybody. Guess what time it is? It's time to confer degrees. President Armstrong, our faculty is certified that the candidates before you have met the requirements for degrees in their respective disciplines and have earned all the accompanying rights, responsibilities, and privileges. Before we confer the degrees, we're going to recognize honor students, and we'll start with master's degree students. Will those master's degree candidates graduating with distinction, and these are people who have achieved a high grade point average, you've already been told that you're graduating with distinction, will you please stand or wave your hand to be recognized? Thank you and congratulations. Now let's look at the baccalaureate students. I'm pleased to recognize students who are graduating with honors. Graduates with grade point average of 3.5 to 3.7 or designated cum laude. Graduates with this honor, will you please stand or wave your hand so we can offer you congratulations? Thank you. Graduates with grade point averages 3.7 to 3.85 are designated magna cum laude. Graduates with this honor, please stand or wave your hand to be recognized. Thank you. Graduates with grade point averages above 3.85 are designated summa cum laude. Graduates with this honor, please stand or wave your hand. You can recognize our honors graduates by the gold honor cords that they're wearing. Cal Poly also recognizes outstanding seniors from each college for academic excellence, contributions to their college, service to the university, and service to the community. Later on, you can check on page 11 of your commencement program and see who these honored students are. We would like to recognize, however, the students chosen by each college for academic excellence. With the following academic excellence awardees and graduate student awardee, please stand and come forward. We're going to start with Amy Hart. Here she comes. Amy Hart is the outstanding graduate student in the university. She's from the College of Liberal Arts with a master's degree in history. We have two students earning bachelor's degrees who are being recognized by for academic excellence from the College of Liberal Arts. One of them is Jordan Rowley. He's getting his degree in philosophy. Jordan, please come forward. And the other is Elizabeth Devaney. She's getting her degree in the College of Liberal Arts in Communication Studies. Congratulations. And from the Orfalea College of Business, we have Caitlin Simmering. She's a business administration and entrepreneurship major. And she's getting that academic excellence award. While these students are up here, let me just say a word about how this is determined. Each college consults its faculty, and the senior with a high grade point average who is also participating in significant academic, curricular, and co-curricular events is chosen for Academic Excellence Award for that college. You're looking at the ones from your two colleges. Congratulations to all of you. Now, before we confer degrees, let's just, I'm going to deviate from the script for just a second so that you can reflect on the magnitude of your accomplishment. It's a big deal to get a college degree. Did you know that only 6% of the world's population has a college degree? Only 1 out of 3 in the United States has a college degree. And if you're earning a master's degree today, you're in the top 10% of educational attainment in the United States. And you know what? You're not getting these degrees from just any university. You're getting your degree from... Absolutely. All right, back to the script. The college deans and I will now begin the presentation of candidates. President Jeffrey Armstrong will confer the degrees. President Armstrong, I'm pleased to present Richard Savage, Director of Graduate Education, who will present the master's degree candidates.
It's always hard to follow Phil. He does a great job. I'd like to quote two famous individuals this morning, Voltaire and Sheldon Cooper from The Big Bang Theory, who have said, with great power comes great responsibility. And your power comes from the knowledge and wisdom you've gained in your learn-by-doing experiences here at Cal Poly. It's an achievement to be proud of, and we are counting on you to utilize your knowledge to change the world. This weekend, we have 413 Cal Poly students graduating with a master's degree, and 158 of them are represented here today. Faculty representing the master's degree programs, please stand and remain standing. Be recognized. Thank you. Master's degree candidates, please stand and be recognized. President Armstrong, on behalf of the faculty involved with our graduate programs, I am honored to present these master's degree candidates.
Master's candidates, on the recommendation of the faculty of California Polytechnic State University and by the authority vested in me by the trustees of the California State University, I now confer upon each of you the master's degree appropriate to your program with all the attendant rights, responsibilities, and distinctions. Congratulations!
Graduates and faculty, you may be seated.
Okay, College of Liberal Arts, it's your turn, and I'm pleased to hold on. I'm pleased to invite your dean. It's my privilege to invite your dean, Dr. Dub Epperson, to the podium.
Well, good morning and congratulations, graduates. I'm a little bit mobility challenged today, but I could not miss the opportunity to congratulate you on behalf of the dedicated faculty and staff that have worked with you for the last 2, 3, 4, or maybe even 5 years. You didn't just make it, you made it with substance and with style. At the core are 17 majors in the arts, humanities, communications, and social sciences supply the essential elements educated men and women require to enter the worlds of life, work, and civic responsibility that await them. You are well prepared for all of those worlds because collectively our majors provide authoritative, contemporary, and historical knowledge of humanity. Everything from individual cognition, emotion, and behavior to social groups and organizations, to governance processes and structures, to culture and ethnicity, and to communication and creative expression. In addition to acquiring a broad understanding of humanity, you have acquired specialized knowledge in one of those 17 majors. But equally important, each of you is able to approach problems critically, creatively, and contextually. You're able to communicate effectively orally, visually, and in writing. And you're able to work productively and successfully in a multicultural and global world because of your high level of cultural competence. But as Phil Bailey noted, you just didn't get a liberal arts degree from any college. You received a liberal arts degree from Cal Poly, a premier comprehensive polytechnic institution. Because of this, you've also had wonderful opportunities to collaborate with many of the polytechnic disciplines, and the resulting knowledge of and comfort with science and technology will enable you to also be successful at the intersection of science, technology, and society. And finally, and importantly, your studies and interactions with a dedicated faculty have increased clarity about who you are, or in the words of Laura Diaz, what you stand for, what you're willing to work for. And that's at least as important as what you learn to do while at college. So again, congratulations and best wishes from the faculty and staff in the College of Liberal Arts. Faculty from the College of Liberal Arts, please stand and be recognized. Bachelor degree candidates from the College of Liberal Arts, please stand and remain standing. President Armstrong, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Liberal Arts, I'm honored to present these outstanding candidates for graduation.
Bachelor's degree candidates, on the recommendation of the faculty of the College of Liberal Arts and the authority vested in me by the trustees of the California State University, I now confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree appropriate to your program with all attendant rights, responsibilities, and distinctions. Congratulations.
Graduates and faculty, you may be seated.
President Armstrong, I'm pleased to present Dr. Scott Dawson, Dean of the Orfalea College of Business.
Thank you, and I'd like to welcome all the friends and family who've come here to support your graduates, and congratulations to the graduates from both of the colleges, and I look forward to our ceremony in here immediately following this ceremony right now. I believe we're graduating around 700 graduates today, 4 MS programs, MS Economics, very first group from that program, MBA, 2 MS degrees in accounting, 3 undergraduate degrees, economics, business, as well as industrial technology. We're exceedingly proud of you. You students are amazing. You make us so incredibly proud. Every time I have an executive in and he spends time with you, when you leave the room, he goes, your students are so amazing. And we're just really proud of you. So congratulations. Faculty from the Orfalea College of Business, please stand to be recognized. Bachelor's degree candidates from the Orfalea College of Business, please stand and remain standing. President Armstrong, on behalf of the faculty of the Orfalea College of Business, I'm honored to present these candidates for graduation.
Bachelor's degree candidates, on the recommendation of the faculty of the Orfalea College of Business and by the authority vested in me by the trustees of the California State University, I now confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree appropriate to your program with all attendant rights, responsibilities, and distinctions. Congratulations.
Graduates and faculty of the Orfalea College of Business, please be seated.
That was pretty fun, huh? Many of the proud supporters in the audience today have a familiar and exceptional pride at this moment. Today marks an extraordinary day for the families of Cal Poly graduates who have chosen to continue their family's Mustang legacy. Many of you in the audience today are Cal Poly proud alumni, and you may remember with vivid clarity the sense of pride and excitement that you felt when you graduated from Cal Poly. At this time, I would like to welcome anyone in the audience, the proud families, supporters, friends, parents who are Cal Poly San Luis Obispo proud alumni. Please stand and be recognized. Welcome home. Welcome home. You are always a member of the Mustang family. We are glad you're here today. And now it's my pleasure to welcome to the stage Kirsty McPherson-Boyette, the president of Cal Poly's Alumni Association, to welcome our new graduates into the Alumni Association.
Thank you, Dr. Humphrey. Distinguished faculty, staff, family, friends, and especially the class of Cal Poly 2015. On behalf of the Cal Poly Alumni Association, it is my honor to congratulate you and welcome you to the 175,000 member-strong community of the Cal Poly alumni. As I stand before you today, a fellow alumna, I feel your Cal Poly pride. It's written on your faces and of those of the friends and family who are here to support you today. Today is the day to feel Cal Poly proud. Cal Poly proud is a result of learn by doing. It what sets us apart from our peers. It fuels our futures. It opens doors. It inspires us to make great things possible. And it lives on outside these walls, beyond this campus, and throughout the world. The Cal Poly Alumni Association will keep you connected to this university and this feeling of pride. It is my pleasure to welcome you. Membership is free to all alumni, so I encourage you to find a chapter near you and get connected and engage with your fellow Mustangs. Thank you and congratulations. Now I would like to ask your ASI President, Joy Sullivan, to return to the podium. Graduates, as President of the Cal Poly Alumni Association, it is my distinct pleasure to lead you in a special part of today's celebration and present each of you with the Cal Poly Proud pin as a gift from your fellow alumni. Please remove the Cal Poly Proud pin from your bag and stand up. Thank you. Now, as I turn to pin Joy, I invite you to assist in pinning your fellow graduates seated beside you. And as you pin your neighbor, and as you embark in your next journey, remember that Cal Poly will always be your home. Thank you, and congratulations, graduates.
Wow, graduates, wasn't that amazing? Congratulations again. You may be seated. Are you excited? You did it. You made it. Do you remember your first day on campus? Seeing your dorm room for the first time? Walking across campus with other wowies? Do you remember the first time you met people that became your best friends? Perhaps you said, "Did we just become best friends?" Do you remember that? When you arrived on this campus, this beautiful campus for that first day, did you imagine today? Well, here you are. Here we are. And I want you to know that the class of 2015 is very special to us. And when I say us, I mean my wife Sharon and I. Because we made this journey together. If you were a freshman in 2011, then we started at Cal Poly at the same time. And as Vice President Humphrey likes to say, from wow to now, we all made it. Congratulations. Speaking of making this journey together, we must again recognize the faculty and staff who make up Cal Poly. They have worked hard to teach you, to protect you, to feed you, to support you, and of course, inspire you. They have dedicated their professional lives to your success. Will our faculty and staff in attendance please stand, or if not, wave? Students, parents, friends, please join me in recognizing these outstanding professionals. I believe we have some people here to stand. Yes? You're allowed to wave, Doug. Thank you for your commitment to these graduates' success. You may be seated. Then we're also surrounded on both sides and in the back by people that we must recognize as well, your strongest supporters. The people who have given their boundless love, encouragement, and yes, financial support as you move out into the world. And they literally mean move out into the world, right? Your graduation today is their achievement as well. Will all of the parents, grandparents, godparents, siblings, spouses, partners, and other family supporters please stand if you can or wave. Again, we say thank you and we applaud you. Laura, you should stand up. Yes. Thank you. Graduates, in a functional way, today is an end. You went to class all the time, right? You passed the exams. You earned the credits you need, and now you're going to load up your belongings and you're going to drive or fly out. But as you've heard from various speakers, today is really just the beginning. What adventures and successes await you in your life? We have high expectations of you. I know this can create a bit of anxiety, but you know what? You're ready. You are prepared for what life will bring. Things won't always go your way, and life surely won't always be fair. You will undoubtedly make some additional mistakes to add to that learn by failing that you've experienced. But that's not failure. It's called experience. It's called learn by doing. As a Mustang, you know how to learn from experience. You're ready. And you're not alone. You have a permanent bond with Cal Poly, which means you have a permanent bond with every Mustang who has come before you and who will come after you. From this day forward, you are forever part of the Cal Poly family. You are Mustangs forever. And as Dean Bailey led you to say, Cal Poly is important. The degree from Cal Poly is important. Being a Cal Poly alum is a very real and tangible benefit to you for the rest of your life. Our alumni have forged a reputation of excellence and success because of the manner in which they have made their way in the world. You have inherited that reputation, and it will serve you well. I am confident that you are prepared to follow in their footsteps. Through your accomplishments and good work, you will further enhance Cal Poly's reputation, and you will make us all Cal Poly proud. Your degree comes with responsibilities. We are counting on you to share your experiences as a mentor with Cal Poly students. Help them find internships. Urge your company to tap into Cal Poly's expertise and be an advocate for Cal Poly among your friends, family, and employers. And as Dr. Laver said, we are counting on you to give back when success comes. Be generous in investing your time, talent, and resources to improve this world, to make people's lives better, and to support the institutions that have made a difference in your life. And yes, that means Cal Poly. And by the way, we want you graduates, family and friends, we want you to come home and come home often and see us. Finally, the people of California and the family and friends here with you today have invested greatly in you. We are counting on you to become the engaged citizens that our nation and our communities need to sustain our democracy. We are counting on you to think creatively, to solve tough problems, to invent new things, and to lead our nation's progress. We are counting on you to care about something larger than yourselves. We're asking a lot, I know, but graduates, we ask so much of you for this simple reason that we know you can do it. You are ready. Congratulations, class of 2015. Now we have one more special thing that only you can do, graduates. So will all the graduates please stand? Now, to signify that you are a graduate and member of the Cal Poly family and Mustangs forever, please move the tassel on your cap from the right to the left. Family members, friends, faculty, and staff, on behalf of Cal Poly, I present to you the class of 2015. Congratulations!
Congratulations again, class of 2015. We will conclude our ceremony with the singing of the alma mater. I ask that all graduates and guests remain in the position until the President's Party has exited the stadium, and graduates from the Orfalea College of Business, please remain in your seats for the ceremony held here in Spanos Stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, please locate the Cal Poly alma mater on page 6 of your commencement program, and please rise for the singing of All Hail Green and Gold.